Hello everybody, this is Tazitis and welcome back to another creepypasta, another video game. Trying to turn up the volume a little bit. This is Run from Jeff the Killer. It's a little mobile game. It's free to download. If you guys like it, you can download it on Amazon App Store. I'm going to try to do 2 of them today because they're pretty short and everything, and basically just a run through and everything. So I'm doing Jeff the Killer first, and then I'm going to switch over to Slenderman, and we're going to do Slenderman run as well. Okay? Well, depending on how long it is. If it's too long, then I'll have to switch over to Slenderman. And basically what you do is you collect pumpkins, and you do it, and you try to avoid the obstacles by running from Jeff the Killer, and you try not to die. If you hit the option, because that happens anyway. You try to jump and you try to do the thing, and I think you can even roll. Sometimes it's difficult to do it and everything else, not to jump and do the roll and everything else, not with it and all. But it's a really cool little if you're a creepypasta lover like myself, or you like Jeff the Killer fan games and everything else, this is perfect. Like, this is perfect, just mobile game to just do and just diddle dally, and don't worry about it. Ding and ding. No. Sorry. Let's get back into it. There's no other settings and all. It's basically just this and just seeing how far you can get and everything. That's basically it. And sometimes for a mobile game or for like a regular game, I think that's it. I think that really is just fine. I think you don't need anything special or important things. I mean, as long as you got this and everything else and all, and as long as you can challenge yourself to go further and further. Also, things like the little ghost and stuff and all. So the ghost allows you to like go through solid objects and all, and the magnet allows you to here we go, the magnet basically allows you to drag and do all stuff. Also, if you flick upward, you can jump, and that's important for later. But basically what you do is you just take and swipe from side to side and everything else, and just try to run as fast as you can. Though I will say that if you have to jump over more than one thing, it gets a little tricky, because after a while you do have to start over. And sometimes it doesn't always work when you try to jump and all. Let's see how far we can go. See, now you can ghost through things. The ghost means you can ghost through things. It's really useful. Also, anything that says double this or double that. It's really difficult to jump over like 2 or 3 things at a time, so most likely you have to like really basically start over, because sometimes the controls are a little finicky where you can't do certain things. And also sometimes it glitches where you can't do anything. So sometimes if you have to jump over more than one thing, it'll just glitch out, and it's basically, there's nothing you could do about that. Anyway. Damn it, see, that's what I mean. If you went too soon, or like it glitches and all, where it's like I did hold it down and everything and she went under, but then she raised up again too soon. That happens. The animations is not bad either. I mean, the girl, her screaming and everything is not that bad either. Although I will say those screams in the background, those sounds and everything, I've heard those in so many creepypasta things. See, I almost screwed up then. Let's try to do this again. Crap. I glitched. It double tapped and made my character drag me back. Sorry about that. Like I said before, it's not bad animation. It's actually this is actually a really good app. I really love it. And you can see by how much I'm playing it, I actually do love it. Damn devil, so we did not reject devil. See that scream right there? I've heard in so many creepypasta things and so many video games. I don't know who the first person that used that was, but whoever they are, I don't feel like they get paid enough because I've heard that so many times. I've heard it in Slender Tubbies. I've heard it in like horror games and everything else and all. I think I even heard it in a rate game once, just a really crappy rate game once. But I've heard it in so many creepypasta and just so many scary games in general that it's impossible to even know where it even started from, where it even originated from. It's such a generic, but it's such a good scream. I almost screwed up just then, but I got lucky. You gotta really be careful when you're jumping and everything else and all. Also, it's random every time. I wanted to mention that real quick. It's random every time. These runners are random every single time, as far as I'm concerned. He's probably my best friend yet, and that's not saying a lot. Oops, almost screwed up. Damn it, did screw up. I tried to pull down and it didn't let me. I don't know if this is fun for you watching me play this as it would be playing and everything, but if you guys really want to, it's a free game. I highly recommend downloading it yourself because it really is just a simple, a simple mobile app game, but it's really effective and I'm enjoying playing it and all, and honestly, it's kind of obsessive. And even the sound effects and stuff and everything, I really do enjoy the sound effects and stuff. And it's fun to see how far you can get. And even if you can't get that far, it's just fun trying over and over again. I played this game the other week. Sorry, just real quick. I played this game a few days ago and everything, called Slenderina and everything else and all on the channel. If you guys want to check that out and everything. Literally, I was like, okay, I'm going to play this and it's going to be okay. Damn it. Of course. Couldn't get the double jump. You gotta be careful of those double jumps, because sometimes they glitch and her feet hits the damn thing. Anyway, I was playing a game called Slenderina and everything else and all, and it was made by this seamlessly developer and everything and all. And no hate the developer, just no hate for the developer and everything, whatever. He's a guy that can't speak English and everything and all. He's an engineer and everything, and it seems like he developed this game to be a horror game or scary and just trying things and all. But he seemed like he generally, I I don't know if he cared about the game or not and everything else and all. I think he did care about the game and everything. I'm not going to keep ranting on everything. I think he's a good guy. I think he just had a game and everything else and all. And Slenderman and Slenderina was popular at the time. Slenderina was popular at the time and everything, so he just decided to make a horror game about that and everything. And Slenderman was popular at the time, so he just... crap. Made a game about that. Anyway, sometimes... especially like nowadays with the creepypasta community not being so, or the creepypasta fandom not being so popular anymore. But I think anything good, I think it's oh my god. Anyway, I think anything that's good or anything that's fandom, even if it's not popular, I think it like holds a place in our hearts and everything and all. It's like we keep coming back to it and everything and all. So I don't think any fandom is truly ever dead. They're not dead. They're just like, okay, you know, they had to go on with their lives. They had to go do other things. Or sometimes the fandom, as they say, really took an impact because of certain things and all, and then they felt like they weren't able to like be part of that fandom anymore because of certain things and all. Which, if you think about it, is really ridiculous, because somebody else's fault is not your fault. You know, somebody else's sin is not your sin. That's what we believe, and everything else. That's what I believe. And that's what the Bible teaches us. The sins of the father are not the sins of the son, as they say. Like, whatever happened in the creepypasta community and everything and all, with the Slenderman stabbings or whatever and all, that wasn't the community's fault. That wasn't my fault or anything else and all. We did not ask them. The writer of the story and everything else and the person that made Slenderman and everything did not ask. And there I go, good. Did not ask for that to happen. Nobody asked for that to happen. That just was too... damn it. I glitched. Anyway. It didn't ask to happen and everything else and all. The community's not at fault for that and everything and all. So there's no reason for you to feel guilty about that. There's no reason for you to feel guilty about that at all. If you're a creator and you create something and everything, you can't always be in control of what other people are going to perceive you as. Same thing about Jeff the Killer or anything else and all right, those. It is not your responsibility to constantly monitor everything that you do. Well, again, someone can. Look, if you create something, even if it's a horror film and everything, you're not responsible for what somebody did taking your artwork and doing something and everything, and hurting you or hurting others with everything else and all. It is impossible for you to micromanage your stuff enough that it would never, that nothing you do, whatever, do somebody's one thing. Basically, it's about intention. If somebody's got a bad intention, then they're going to take something that you love and everything else and all, and they're going to use it against you, or they're going to make something bad out of it, like a commenter or like a critic or anything else and all. So, what happened with the creepypasta community and all is that a bunch of basically bad things happened, and some bad people, bad kids even in general, and everything else and all, took something online that was not supposed to be taken seriously, and basically just hurt the creator and hurt the creepypasta community and everything else and did like that. That's not our fault. That's something that, but that's basically all I'm going to say about that. Technically. But it's like not our fault. So even after, sorry, I'll try that again. Even after all this time and everything and all, after all things, I think the fandom is not dead. I don't think it ever should be dead. It's just we walked away from it for a while, but we always somehow come back to it, and that's always a good thing because it is a part of us. And as long as you don't take it too seriously and everything else and all, and remember who you are, and always try to strive to be a better person, and to remember the real message behind a lot of these scary stories, these creepypasta messages, is to be a good person and to not let bad things happen to people. But also sometimes life sucks and bad things happen to people, but you can change it around and can be a good person. And you know, basically, the thing about creepypasta and everything and all is that it's scary and all, but it has like a lesson. It has almost like a thing about it, or like bad things happen to good people and everything else and all, and sometimes it can either turn one way where you like rise above it and all and become a better person, and you learn not to bully people, and you learn to be good and everything else, and learn to take care of people and be good to other people and everything. Or you could go in the other direction and thing, which I highly recommend you not doing, because that's terrible. I think it's far better to take what you learn from bullying and stuff and everything, and to become a better person, and to learn to treat others well, and to do things, than to go be a psychotic moron serial killer. That's not a good lesson. That is zero lesson. Lesson 1 of not to do. Do not become a serial killer. Do not become a psycho. I don't have to tell you guys that, but that's my point. But it's basically like the creepypasta community and everything had to basically come out and say that. It's like, oh yeah, we're not killing sympathizers or anything. We just like this stuff for the sake of it. Anyway, I think that's all the time I got for now and everything, and I'm sorry to go on a rant and everything, but I like creepypasta fandom, and I know there's a lot of other people do too, and anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.